Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly intuitive reading for Monday, November 29th through Sunday, December 5th, 2021. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha for the main message for everyone. We have a special message card for the collective as well from the Secret Language of Light, Transmissions from Your Soul deck by Denise Jarvie. And then your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, is going to be coming from the Black Moon Astrology cards by Susan Shepard. Just a reminder that we are now into the month of December, the last month of 2021. Can you actually believe it? So be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and watch the monthly intuitive reading for the month of December, complete with the astrology transits of significance, the numerology vibration for the month, messages from our angels and guides, and a special message card depending on your stone of choice for that. So let's go ahead. There's a lot of astrology transits this week going on. So let's go ahead and jump into this by looking at your stones of choice. So I have special intention pendants. Those are becoming very popular. A lot of people like to see them, and a lot of you like to jump onto my website and take a look at what else there is to offer through my shop page here. But you can find these pendants and more on that shop page at SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. But the first pendant is this beautiful slice of agate. Now look how clear that slice of agate is. It's just a beautiful kind of window piece of slice agate. And it's wire wrapped in, is that gold? Yes, it is. That's wire wrapped in gold. Now, the special intention pendants are infused with, obviously, special intentions. So this one is Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 9, the number of unconditional love and service to humanity. It has infused into it the qualities of Pisces, which is about creative purpose and heightened intuition. The energies of the element of water are infused into this one for going with the flow and increased empathic abilities. And then the energy of Kuan Yin, the goddess of the divine feminine, is infused into this one. The divine feminine and the goddess of peace and compassion. It also has the energies of Archangel Haniel infused into it, who's the archangel of moon goddess energies and increased psychic and healing abilities. And I especially like this one with Archangel Haniel because this to me is almost like a scrying tool where you can kind of use it as a focal point, sort of like a crystal ball, because it's such a clear, wonderful piece of agate that you can kind of scry into it and use that energy of Archangel Haniel for the increased psychic and healing abilities. And this is what it would look like up close. And then your second pendant of choice is this beautiful blue apatite. This is wrapped in silver. I love blue apatite. It's got a nice, deep, rich, dark blue to it. This one's wrapped in the silver wire. It's Reiki charged with the energy of Master number 22, number of proper use of power and manifestation of goals on the third dimensional plane. This also has infused into it through Reiki the qualities of the planet Jupiter, planet of expanding into one's knowledge and truth, the energies of the sign of Pisces to connect one with their past lives and increase one's psychic perceptions and abilities. I think the blue apatite is especially good for channeling, and it's good for clairaudience. That's just my own little added information upon, I added on to whatever I've already infused it with. This one has the energies of Archangel Metatron infused into it, the archangel that assists us in connecting to our own Akashic records to gain access and understanding to our soul patterns and gifts. And this is what the blue apatite would look like. And then the last stone of choice. I think I've shown this one before, and it's such a beautiful, clear, big piece of citrine. I mean, you know, citrine is a very common stone, but when it comes to the gem quality of citrine, like this one is so clear and so big. And of course it is cut and tumbled, faceted and whatnot. It's just a huge kind of citrine stone here. But this citrine is wrapped in gold wire, and it's Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 3, the number of creative self-expression, and all forms of communication, including writing, speaking, and teaching. It also has the vibration of master number 11 infused into this one, the number of the light worker and the visionary. This one has infused into it, I didn't finish that one. The light worker and the visionary, and master number 11, the number that brings balance and heightened connection to the psychic senses. So all 3 of these stones, I didn't realize it when I chose them, but all 3 of these stones have an ability to increase your psychic abilities and perceptions. This one has infused into it the healing energies of Chiron to heal all past life wounds of the self, the qualities of the fire element for confidence, courage, and leadership. This one has infused into it the energies of Archangel Gabriel, the angel who supports and inspires those with a life purpose involved with communication or the arts, and also Archangel Michael, who leads us to the next step of our highest and most important destiny path. And so that is the citrine pendant. Okay, so again, we have the beautiful divine feminine clear agate, window kind of stone. We have the beautiful blue apatite, and then we have the wonderful citrine here. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the astrological transits of significance. As I said, there seems to be a lot going on, and it's going to be building towards something really great towards the end of the week. But on Monday, the 29th of November, we start out with Mars the warrior in passionate Scorpio. I was wondering what else I could say about Scorpio. I mean, Scorpio is passionate, it's clairsentient, it deals with transformation, death, and rebirth. I mean, we know all these things about the energies of Scorpio, right? Digging down really deep. So that warrior energy is digging down really deep right now. And it's in a positive aspect to Neptune. Neptune's the ruler of the spiritual realm, the ruler of connecting with our own psychic abilities, connecting with our angels and guides, loved ones on the other side, especially with that Mars and Scorpio connection there, where we can really kind of cross the veil basically and connect with loved ones or ancestors of the light. Again, this is a positive connection between Mars and Neptune. So to me, warrior Mars and spiritual Neptune make the spiritual warrior. So this energy of spiritual warrior is very much heightened. That connection happens really early Eastern time on Monday morning. So if you're watching this video a little early, you're going to be feeling that probably start to build on Sunday, the 28th. Also on the 29th, we have Mercury, which is now in Sagittarius. Mercury rules the mental realm, our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions, our communications, and it's going to be in a positive connection to Chiron, the wounded healer. Now, they're both in fire signs. So Mercury is in this kind of inspirational Sagittarius sign, very passionate sign. And Chiron is in fire sign Aries, the sign of the self and our independence and our self-identity. So this to me is bringing some healing in regards to our perceptions about ourself. Bringing some healing on even a mental level, right? Because Mercury is that mental level. So our thoughts about ourselves, our perceptions about ourselves can start to be a little bit more optimistic, a little bit more expansive. All of these keywords for Sagittarius, to where we're really expanding into the bigger, brighter, more optimistic picture and bringing healing again in regards to how we're seeing ourselves, or even the big picture of our lives and where we're going next. And then on Tuesday the 30th, Mercury is now in an interesting inconjunct to Saturn. An inconjunct is an aspect that can be challenging because the planets in the different signs, the different elements that they're in, because Mercury is in fire sign Sagittarius, which is mutable, and mutable is changeable. Saturn is in fixed Aquarius, and fixed is very stubborn and wants to stay the same. And of course, you know, we have fire and air here, and fire and air actually go along pretty well here. But Mercury is in conjunct Saturn, so we're needing to kind of adjust our perceptions, adjust our way of looking at things. And as we move forward into Tuesday, the 30th, there's actually a lot going on. We have the Sun connecting with Chiron. So here on Monday, we had Mercury connecting with Chiron. Now we have the Sun in the same sign of Sagittarius connecting to Chiron. So there's an extension of this healing of our sense of self-identity and our ego, because that's what the Sun rules as well. And then we have a bunch of sextiles. We have Mercury sextiling Saturn, Venus is sextiling Neptune, and then the Sun is sextiling Saturn. Did I say that already? Mercury, Saturn, Sun, Saturn, Venus, Neptune. So the sextile brings in opportunities. So there's opportunities here if we are aware of them, we look for them, we recognize them. Opportunities to start to bring our vision into form, because that energy of Sagittarius, where Mercury and the Sun are, is very visionary, very kind of prophetic, uses the imagination, likes to kind of create in the mind. And with both of those planets in a sextile to Saturn, again, we have this opportunity to start bringing something into form or manifestation, because that's what Saturn rules. Now with Venus and Neptune, Venus rules, yes, love and relationships, but also personal resources. And she's in this very goal-oriented, career-oriented sign of Capricorn. Coming together in a sextile with Neptune brings magical possibilities. So again, we're looking for the opportunity, which might be a situation or might be a connection with somebody else. And then we're going to take some sort of action to make something happen. So we can make something positive happen with our goals, our ambitions, our career, our destiny path, even in our relationships. And maybe business relationships more so than romantic. But either way, we have this opportunity to make something wonderful and spiritual and magical, which is all keywords for Neptune, to happen. And then on Wednesday brings us to, I think it's the 1st of December. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Yes, so this is December 1st. Remember that rhyme? 30 days has September, April, June, and November. So we have Wednesday, the 1st of December, Neptune, the planet of the spiritual realm, of things that are intangible, unseen, not focused, not grounded. Illusion, confusion, delusion, is turning back to direct motion at 20 degrees of Pisces. That means all this week, and even if you think back to last week and the first 3 days or so of this week, Neptune is coming down and slowing down to a standstill, to a halt, which is magnifying and intensifying the energies of what he rules. Again, the shadow side of what Neptune rules can be illusion, confusion, delusion, addiction, lack of boundaries, not seeing things clearly. The positive side of Neptune can be romanticism, creative inspiration, spiritual energy, our psychic senses and intuitions, again, on the rise and on the increase, as well as our healing abilities. This can be connections to our own angels and guides, our higher soul self. This is magic and miracles. Neptune can rule magic energy, you know, and miracle energy. So all of these things on either side of Neptune here, the light side or the shadow side, can be heightened. One thing I will say is we will probably feel less grounded, so you need to do things to ground you. Meditation is a great tool to probably not so much to be grounded unless you're doing some sort of visualization in your meditation to like put roots into the earth basically and ground yourself. But meditation, imagination, those kind of things, visualization, that is all heightened right now with this Neptune stationary direct energy at 20 degrees Pisces. But we're going to need to do things to stay grounded in reality, because we might lose a sense of time, sense of focus, sense of, again, being grounded. We might be a little bit more confused during this time. And so we just want to make sure that whether it's taking walks in nature or, you know, so again, doing certain meditations where roots are growing into the earth, you know, maybe just hugging a tree. Being outside in nature is really a good grounding tool. So I think that's probably one of the best. Also on Wednesday, Mercury in Sagittarius is in conjunct Uranus. And then on Friday, the Sun in Sagittarius is in conjunct Uranus. So between Wednesday and Friday, we're needing to make adjustments with our higher perceptions, how we're seeing things, the big picture of how we're seeing things. We may need to adjust slightly. Maybe we're not seeing things from the highest of perspectives, or maybe we're being too narrow-minded and we need to expand the possibilities within our mind. Uranus can bring in sudden insights, you know, unexpected redirections as far as the big plan and the big picture of where we're going. Again, you know, these elements aren't melding very well. We have actually back to Mercury in conjunct Saturn on Tuesday. I think I said it was an inconjunct. That is incorrect. See, Neptune's affecting me already as I'm actually recording this video. So the Neptune, Sagittarius, and Saturn on Tuesday the 30th, that's a sextile. And I think I did mention that a little bit later, but it's not an inconjunct. So scratch that earlier part about that. But with both Mercury and the Sun in conjuncting Uranus on Wednesday through Friday, this is, again, elements that are not compatible. We have fire, Sagittarius, we have earth, Taurus. And fire and earth aren't terribly compatible. You know, fire wants to be passionate and creative and inspirational, and Taurus wants to be grounded and practical and focused and you know, take the steps to get something done. So we need to, again, make some adjustments with those energies and how we're expanding, how we're perceiving, how we're communicating, how we're imagining our lives to be, or where we want to go next with everything. And allow for the unexpected of Uranus. Allow for some sort of redirection or freedom energies, or some sort of change or liberation, inspiration sort of to come in on that day. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit more focused and grounded here, because on Saturday the 4th, this is what we're building up to. We have a new moon solar eclipse at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. So remember 2 weeks ago, well, 2 weeks from Saturday the 4th, we had a full moon lunar eclipse, and that was at 27 degrees of Taurus. And we know that the eclipses can cause endings and new beginnings. So we're kind of in the midst of this cycle of energy to where there's completion, a phase of completion or endings, and the planting of new seeds, or being open to a new direction, or again, new beginnings. Now, this new moon solar eclipse at 12 degrees Sagittarius is new beginnings in the way, again, that we believe in ourselves and in our lives, our perceptions, expanding into the big picture, using our creative, fiery, passionate sort of energy, connecting with higher knowledge and wisdom, learning new things. Sagittarius is the teacher, but also the student. So there's a lot of new beginnings surrounding those aspects of our lives. Now, this solar eclipse actually happens 11:43 p.m. Saturday. 11:43 p.m. on Saturday, that's Eastern time, or do I have that backwards too? 11:43 Pacific time, Saturday, or 2:43 a.m. Sunday. I think I have that backwards. I am just a confused mess here with Neptune. So it's Friday, Saturday, okay? 11:43 p.m. Friday, Pacific time, 2:43 a.m. Saturday morning, Eastern time. Wow, I wish I could edit this, but I don't even really know how. So we're just gonna go with the flow here. All right, so this solar eclipse is in a positive connection to Chiron, the wounded healer, bringing healing to some wounds regarding our sense of self. It's in conjunct Uranus, bringing again some possible surprises, changes, redirections, liberation, or freedom. And it's conjunct or connecting with Mercury, which again is how we are thinking, perceiving, communicating, and using our mind basically to expand into the big picture. Okay, so again, the eclipses are going to last longer than a regular full moon or new moon cycle. So look for the weeks ahead, look for even the months potentially ahead, where these endings and new beginnings from this full moon lunar eclipse and new moon solar eclipse are still active right now. So what in your life is completing or ending? What in your life is begging for new beginnings or asking you to plant new seeds? And maybe it's just about belief systems and perceptions within yourself, or aspects of subconscious patterns within yourself that need to be healed and new ones kind of be born within yourself. But this can also, of course, be about relationships or situations or circumstances in your life. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card for everyone. See, I'm doing that backwards too. Let's look at the message from the Syrian Starseed Tarot first, and then we'll look at the special message card for everyone. Boy, I'd start over if I wasn't already 22 minutes into this. Master number 22. So the first message from our angels and guides for the week is Major Arcana number 5. Now, in the Syrian Starseed Tarot, this is called guidance. In the traditional tarot, this is the Hierophant card. And the Hierophant is usually about seeking some sort of spiritual guidance from an authority figure outside of ourselves. Now, the authority figure can be a priest or a rabbi, it can be a lawyer, it can be a doctor, anybody who's in an authority position is where with the Hierophant we're usually seeking some sort of information or guidance. But in this deck, which is why I like this deck, the guidance card shows Master Buddha, and it has a Sphinx overhead, and it's got a sunrise in the background. So to me, we're seeking guidance within our own selves. We're seeking this higher guidance from our higher self. Could be from our angels and guides, from the universe or the cosmos as well, but it has, to me, less of a connection to a human being and more of a connection to a spiritual deity, or again, the spiritual teacher within ourselves. So this week we're looking for, as we're approaching this new moon solar eclipse, and previous to that new moon solar eclipse, doing a lot of healing in the waning phase of the moon since the lunar eclipse. So we're seeking that spiritual guidance. We're seeking spiritual messages. We're connecting to that, even our ancestors of the light. To me, that's Sphinx, right? Our Egyptian ancestors. Of course, it doesn't have to be Egyptian. Could be our Celtic ancestors, Native American ancestors, priestesses, goddesses, Atlantis, Lemuria, whatever it is that you resonate to, we're seeking this guidance from those ancestors of the light, those spiritual ancestors, and from our own, again, spiritual teacher. So again, to me, this is like a sunrise. I suppose it could be a sunset, but I feel like it's more of a sunrise. The sky is lit up. So this is about illumination, right? That new moon solar eclipse is going to illuminate, especially those connections from the Sun and Mercury to Uranus. Going to bring some sort of aha moment or realization or illumination regarding something that we need to see. The light is shining, you know. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and fire brings the light. Okay, so look for some sort of illumination with the light here, illumination to how you're perceiving something, believing in something, how something appears to be, which might be all an illusion with Neptune slowing down and stationing. So there's a lot of gold, you know. This is solar plexus chakra. We got the gold Buddha, we've got the golden yellow sunrise, the Sphinx is kind of a golden tan kind of color. So solar plexus chakra, your center of personal power. This is you coming into that personal power or taking back your power, because as we went through that Scorpio energy, when we had the Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, there was a lot of the shadow stuff that we were kind of healing and dealing with here. Now, Mars is still in Scorpio, but now we have both the Sun and Mercury moved on to fire sign Sagittarius. So again, things are feeling lighter and brighter and more optimistic. So allow that light to shine down upon you and come in. Okay, let's take a look at the second card. The second card, I'm laughing at myself, is the Eight of Flames. Now, this is like the Eight of Wands or the Eight of Fire. So again, we have this kind of fire element energy. And the number 8, numerologically, is about owning our sense of power or empowerment. It can be about disempowerment energies too, where we're, again, needing to take our power back. The number 8, numerologically, also deals with our career path, our life path in general. It deals with money, finances, personal resources, our inner sense of authority or authority figures. So the Eight of Flames, flames again is the spiritual realm, you know. The Cups is the emotional realm, and the air suit or the orb suit in this deck is the suit of the mental realm. And then we have the crystals or the earth or the pentacles, which is more of the earthly realm. But the flames, the fire, that's the spiritual realm. So we're needing to empower ourselves on a spiritual level here. We're taking back our power or owning our own inner spiritual authority here. Now, the traditional Eight of Flames, there's 8 wands coming off of this circle. The circle itself in this particular picture has a feeling like the Wheel of Fortune, like there's some sort of shift in the karmic wheel happening, which is happening with this new moon solar eclipse, right? And this almost looks, you know, like a solar eclipse sort of energy, right? A ring of fire here. The solar eclipse being in fire sign Sagittarius. Now, the Eight of Wands usually means there's a lot happening, a lot going on, a lot shifting, a lot coming in, a lot going out. So look for a lot of busy energies happening, a lot of changes, a lot of redirections, a lot of new insights. Those, again, epiphany or aha moments kind of coming into play. So, you know, one of the biggest things here is listen to your inner teacher and take back your inner power. Let's look at that last card and see how we end this particular week. Okay, well, it's another flames card, another fire card, another card of wands. It's the Master of Flames. This is like the King of Wands in the traditional tarot. The King of Wands. The king is the leader. The king is the authority. In this suit, it's called the Master. You're the master of your own reality. You're the master of your own spiritual power. We have the flames, the power here in the background, right? He's very kind of grounded, stoic, you know, as a good leader would be, right? He's not letting his emotions or his thoughts come in and tilt him out of balance. So this is you taking charge of your creative energy, taking charge of your spiritual energy, taking charge of your power energy, and utilizing that with authority, using this flames energy to create, to inspire, to take charge, to be a leader. And it could be out there in your job or your career, or it could be, in a circle of friends or within the family. Could be, taking charge of a project that you're working on. But this, again, is you taking charge within yourself to be your own individual, to feel confident. Fire is confidence and courage, forward movement, action. Okay? So this is you taking charge within yourself in those ways, taking the action that you know is needed for yourself to move into your creative power is a good way to say that. And then let's go ahead and take a look at that special message card from The Secret Language of Light. And this is for everybody. And it's number 4, authentic truth. Number 4 in numerology is a number of stability, form, focus. Did I say security already? This is like being grounded in your authentic truth, being focused on your truth, being rooted in your truth. That to me is what the number 4 is. And the truth, interestingly enough, Sagittarius, which is the energy of this solar eclipse, the energy where the sun and Mercury are right now in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the truth seeker. It's the seeker of truth within ourselves. We're seeking the truth. We're seeking guidance within ourselves. Listen to the truth within your heart here. Listen to that inner truth. And again, we kind of have this circle sort of energy, just like we have it in this card, right? We have this circle of flames. Here we have a circle, and it has a lot of colors in there, but it does have some golden yellow light in there, which is kind of that fire element energy. We've got a triangle in the middle, which is kind of like the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and, right? I mean, we could say father, mother, child, right? This is like the trinity of energies. We could say conscious, subconscious, superconscious. We could say mother, father, child. We could say divine feminine, divine masculine, and what those two energies merge together into. So we've got divine feminine, divine masculine, and the top point, what those two energies merge into, how it becomes kind of whole or how it becomes one. So look for that authentic truth within yourselves, everyone. As you plant the new seeds, you experience the new beginnings with this new moon solar eclipse. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card. And I chose the Black Moon Astrology cards this week because of the new moon solar eclipse. So let's see what the astrological, guidance is. For those of you that chose the agate slice, special intention pendant, the agate, special message for agate people. Gotta take a breath here. Okay. Agate. Special message card for agate people. This one's calling my attention, so I'm going to pull that one out. Wow, look at that. I can't even believe that it says solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. So, the agate people, this solar eclipse is especially important to you. Maybe you need to see where in your astrological charts this new moon solar eclipse at 12 degrees of Sagittarius falls. What house of the zodiac does it fall in? What area of your life is it initiating some sort of new beginning? Okay, got master number 44 here. So we've got the 4, stability, security. 4 plus 4 equals 8. We had an 8 card earlier as well. Empowerment, owning your power or your inner authority, or career or money or finances. The 4 is like about working hard, putting forth the effort, the determination, taking the small steps needed to get to that master number 44 empowerment on your path. So solar eclipse revolution, there is some huge shift that's happening for you all, agate people. So definitely do some sort of a ceremony, some sort of a meditation, lighting of a candle, using essential oils or crystals, whatever it is you're guided to do. This is going to be an important eclipse for you all. You might want to go back and see where that full moon lunar eclipse landed in your chart at 27 degrees of Taurus as well, to see where the endings and completion energies, where that was for you. I'm going to put this back in the deck, just in case one of the other stones of choice get that card again. Okay, usually I just put them down and not put them back in the deck, but actually it's a good idea to put them back. So the blue apatite people, special message for the blue apatite people. This one's calling my attention as I open my eyes. Mercury. Mercury's been highlighted this month, right? I mean this week. Mercury in Sagittarius, it's trine Chiron, it's sextile Saturn, it's in conjunct Uranus, it's part of the connection with the new moon solar eclipse. So again, Mercury rules the mind, it rules the mental realm. So this is about checking in with your thoughts, your ideas, your perceptions, your communication, both within yourself and outside of yourself with other people. Maybe you're coming up with a new idea. Maybe you're needing to speak your truth with someone. Maybe your mind is full of new thoughts that you need to share with other people. Maybe you need to adjust certain perceptions about yourself or your life. So really kind of tune into that Mercury energy and realize that Mercury is part of the process of manifestation, because first we have to visualize. First we have to kind of see it and visualize it in our minds before we can then, put action toward it or energy towards it to kind of create our reality. So you have the power of your mind this week to kind of pay attention to. This is the number 3. The number 3 is a number numerologically that deals with creative self-expression and all kinds of communication, speaking, teaching, writing, learning, etc. Anything where you can use your mind here. So focus in on that energy. We've got green energy here. To me, green is more heart chakra, so there might need to be some sort of merging of the heart and the mind, and a healing done to kind of balance both of those energies. How do I feel? How do I think? Are they in balance? Are they in sync? Okay. All right, I'm going to put that one back in the deck too. All right, and then the citrine people, special intention, citrine people, citrine. This one's calling my attention as I open my eyes. 4th house, your roots. The 4th house is the house of home and family. It's the house of land and property. It's the house of our ancestors or ancestral roots, and that can be biological, genetic ancestors. It can also be spiritual ancestors. The 4th house is a very deep emotional house, almost like a house of the unconscious. Or the subconscious. So we're talking about deep home and family patterns that may need healing. We might be talking about connecting with our ancestor guides, whatever that might mean. Again, whether it's from our lineage, from our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, or culturally, our cultural roots. Or again, our spiritual roots, like connecting to the Akashic records and the lifetimes that we've lived before and those ancestors. So there's a lot of thing here of connecting to your deepest emotional self. That to me is the 4th house too, the deepest emotional self, or the deepest point of our being. As you connect to the deepest point of your being, as you connect to your roots, the roots within yourself and the roots of your ancestry. This is going to bring about some positive changes or positive messages or positive forms of guidance or ability to connect to your authentic truth. What better way to connect with your authentic truth than to go deep, deep within yourself here. We have the number 28 for this one. The 2 is about balance of the masculine and feminine. or balancing ourselves with relationships with other people. The 8, of course, is that empowerment element, or being in a position of authority or owning our authority. As we know, it's also about our career or life path in some way, but together, the 2 and the 8 equals a 10. And 10, if we think about the 10th major arcana, which just popped in my head, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Not that that's the Wheel of Fortune card, but it always reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Karmic Fate is turning, is spinning with the number 10, with the Wheel of Fortune card. There's some positive new beginnings, positive completions, and then positive new beginnings that are happening. The 10, of course, is a 1 energy. 1 plus 0 is 1. It's about new beginnings, confidence, courage, planting new seeds, moving in new directions, meeting new people, recreating yourself, your sense of self and self-identity. So all of these things are indicated for you, citrine people. All right, thank you everybody for hanging in there with my little flub ups and listening to the whole entire reading. Be sure again to watch the monthly December reading. It should be out soon. So take care. Have a happy new moon solar eclipse. I hope the endings and new beginnings, I know the endings and new beginnings are taking you to where you need to go as far as a soul and your evolution and growth. I hope they're easy and fun. So sending you all lots of love and light and many, many blessings, everyone.